my name is Evelyn. I am 35 years old. I am married. My husband's name is George, and he is much older than me. George is 52 years old. We have been married for 16 years. George and I have 2 daughters. Our first daughter is 14 years old, and our second daughter is only 2 years old. We have a simple life. George works, and I stay home. I take care of the house and our children. Everything seemed fine, but now my life is very sad and difficult. One day, I found out something very bad. George has a girlfriend. I was very sad and shocked. George is my husband. We have been together for a long time. I thought he loved me, but now I'm not sure. I tried to talk to George about it. I asked him, "George, is this true? Do you have a girlfriend?" But he was angry. He said, "You are making a problem for no reason." But I knew it was true. I knew George was hiding something. I wanted to know more, so one night, I checked George's phone. George saw me and got very angry. He shouted at me, "Why are you checking my phone? You have no right." I was scared, but I needed answers. Later, I looked at his phone bill and saw a strange phone number. George had called this number many times, almost every day. I called the number. A woman answered. She was George's girlfriend. She is the same age as me, has a daughter, and is also married. She told me, "It is not my problem if my husband finds out." I was shocked. I felt so sad. My heart was broken. I spoke to George again. I told him I knew the truth. But George was angry again. He said, "I will end it when I want. You cannot tell me what to do." I cried. George had cheated on me before. This happened when our first daughter was born. And now, with our second daughter, it is happening again. I need him, but he is with someone else. I am on leave from work to take care of our baby. I cannot go back to work yet. We have a loan for our apartment. The apartment is in my name, but we pay for it together. Soon, our child payments will stop, and we need George's money for our family. George knows this, so he feels powerful. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. He says he can even have another girlfriend if he wants. He does not care about my feelings. Our eldest daughter tries to talk to him. She says, "Dad, this is wrong. Please stop." But he gets angry. He says bad words to her too. He is hurting us all. We feel very alone. One day, George stopped coming home at night. He said he was working late, but I did not believe him. He did not call me. He did not send me any messages. I stayed up all night waiting for him. I was worried and scared. In the morning, he came home, but he was angry. He said, "Please stop. Stop asking me questions. I am tired of this." Another day, he told me he wanted to go on a trip. I asked him, "Can we go together?" But he said no. He wanted to go alone. I was sad. Why did he want to go alone? George also started spending a lot of money. I noticed that we had less money each month. I asked him, "George, where's the money going?" He said, "Don't worry about it. I will handle it." But I was worried. I checked our bank account. I saw that he was spending money on gifts and fancy restaurants. I knew he was spending this money on his girlfriend. Now we have less money for our family. We need money for our children. We need money for our apartment. But George does not care. He only cares about his girlfriend. The stress began to make me feel sick. I could not sleep. I could not eat. I felt tired all the time. I went to the doctor, and he told me, "You need to rest. You are too stressed." But how can I rest? I have so many problems. My husband has a girlfriend. My family needs money. I feel like I have no control over my life. Our eldest daughter is also feeling very sad. She does not smile as much as she used to. She does not want to talk to her friends. She feels ashamed of her father. She does not understand why he is doing this. Our younger daughter is just a baby. She does not know what is happening, but I worry about her future. I want her to have a happy family. But right now, our family is broken. I told my best friend about my problems. She said, "Maybe you should leave George." But I feel stuck. I cannot leave him because we need him. I cannot take care of the children alone. I have no job right now. I need his help. My family also told me to be strong. They said, "Maybe George will change. Maybe he will come back to you." But I am not sure. I am afraid that he will never change. I am afraid that he will always choose his girlfriend over us. I don't know what to do. I am sad and feel very weak. I still love George, even with all this pain. I want him to come back to our family. I want him to remember us. I want him to leave his girlfriend. But I don't know if this will happen. I feel lost. One evening, I was making dinner. I waited for my husband George to come home. I wanted to make this marriage work. He was late. He was always late these days. When he finally came home, his face looked serious. He didn't smile. He sat down at the table and looked at me. "We need to talk," he said. My hands began to shake. "What is it?" I asked. "I don't love you anymore," he said. My heart broke. I knew this, but I didn't want to accept it. I still hoped that perhaps one day, he would come back to us. He would realize his mistake. But there he was, breaking the last piece of hope I had. I stood up. I couldn't sit there anymore. "So what now?" I asked, my voice shaking. "I'm leaving," George said, and just like that, my world fell apart. George packed his bags. I sat on the sofa, watching him. My face was wet with tears, but I didn't wipe them. He took his clothes, his books, his watch. I wanted to scream. I wanted to beg him to stay. But I did nothing. He hugged our daughters and kissed them on their foreheads. He said, "I'm really sorry." Our daughters kept crying. They asked their father not to leave them. But he didn't answer. He sighed, then opened the door and left. I sat there, frozen. I heard his car drive away. I heard the silence in the house. Then I broke. I cried. I cried so hard that my whole body hurt. I sat in the dark, alone. The next morning, I woke up and reached for George's side of the bed. It was empty. And then I remembered, he was gone. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw him. I pretended to be fine. I smiled at my children. But inside, I was broken. Sometimes, I picked up my phone and wanted to text him. But I didn't, because I knew he was with her now. One day, I walked past a coffee shop, and then I saw him. George. He was sitting at a table with a woman. She was beautiful. He looked happy. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. But I just stood there, watching. Then he looked up. Our eyes met for a second. I quickly turned around and walked away. When I got home, I locked the door. I sat on the floor. And at last, I cried. George was gone. And I had to move on. I had to think about my children. I need to be strong for them. The next morning, I took off my wedding ring. I made breakfast for my children. I sat by the window and drank coffee. It still hurt. It would hurt for a long time. But I wasn't going to let this pain destroy me. One day, I would be happy again. One day, I would wake up and not think of him first. One day, I would love again, but today, I would survive. Life is full of difficult moments, but every ending is also a new beginning. And no matter how hard the pain is, time will heal. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.